What's up with y'all out there? BossMack in the atmosphere. I know we getting a late start, but you know I got a lot of heart. Check me out. Kissing babies and shaking hands, man. I'm out here doing. Look, you hear me? What the fuck I got to do out here? Making it black open. And you are now experiencing the world famous BossMack podcast. RNS, y'all. RN motherfucking S. Oh, yes. Today is a beautiful day. I'm happy as fuck to be up in here doing this. Y'all niggas already know how I get down. Nothing but the good game when I come around. BossMack topsoil, y'all got the love the sound. Whoa! Oh, yes indeed. Here to give you what you need with the speed. Real niggas always in the lead. We always in the lead, y'all. What's up with y'all out there? The BossMack podcast is in full motion. West Coastin'. Happy 4th of July and all that there, you dig me? You know how we get down. And you know the BossMack got a special guest today. I got an illustrious a compatriot, friend, homie from the soil, legendary, my guy, T-Tone. What's up with it, T-Tone?
What it do, my brother? Everything's good. Everything's dandy, baby.
That dude was right on time.
Everything is dandy, baby.
What's up?
You know, timing is something that, you know, you don't practice at. You know what I'm saying? You just blessed with it, you know. Timing is a motherfucker, man.
Timing
you
is
know?
a motherfucker.
I said, you look here. Let me predict the time that I'm going to get there. Right about when the show starts.
Hey, man. Hey, man. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah. Happy to be here, brother. Happy to be here. Like I said, man. You know, hey, man, it's the 4th of July.
It's the 4th of July.
It's the 4th of July, man.
That's right.
Yes, sir, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so, you know, shit, I'm ready to celebrate. You know, shit, I got my Patriot flag. Patriot flag. You know what I'm saying? I'm representing the red, the white, and the blue. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Hey, all right, y'all. You know how we get down. The show is always brought to you by BossMack Streetwear. Oh, first of all, let me say this. May these words reach you in good spirits. I hope you woke up next to a happy bitch this morning.
Say that.
And if you didn't wake up next to a happy bitch, I hope you still woke up on some crisp, clean sheets.
Yes.
I hope when you went to your bathroom, it was spick and span clean, extra clean, shower clean, no piss around the toilet.
Smell like Lysol.
I hope when you went to the refrigerator, it was packed with food. You understand me? I hope you got some fresh juice, your coffee. You woke up with a whole lot of energy, with a hop, skip, and a jump. I hope your pockets is full of paper, bills paid, everything good. I hope when you went to that car and you pushed the button, it started right the fuck up. You understand me? I want the best for you out there. I want the best. And the show is always brought to you by BossMack Streetwear. And you could go to BossMack Streetwear right now and get your issue. You see the BossMack got on some BossMack Streetwear right now. The guy protects me from sour bitches. You understand me? And I got a burgundy one on today commemorating my little big homie, Mossberg. You understand me?
Mousberg.
You understand me? Yes. Rest in peace. And, you know, that's how we doing. We put game on the shirt to make bitches want to flirt.
Whoa.
You understand me? I got the functional streetwear for y'all. You know what I'm talking about? I got on some shorts. You know, I got on the heather gray shorts. And look, like I said, you put this shit on, bitches will stop you and take pictures of you. You understand me? It's the shirt. It's communicating. It's not even about the BossMack. It's about you when you wear this shit. When you wear this, it's about you. You know what I'm saying? And when the bitch stop you and take a picture, that's your opportunity to put in your bid and exchange communication information with a bitch. You understand me? You know, and that's the BossMack helping you out there. Helping you. You understand me? I put emphasis on that. You see Snoop Dogg with the world famous Bitch Relax on right there. And we got some PG stuff for y'all, for those of y'all that can't wear this. Your bitch ain't gonna let you wear this. I got some PG stuff out there, like that one right there. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, yeah. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Y'all,
out, chat.
I appreciate y'all, man. I know that y'all been there, man, and y'all was like, man, where the fuck is BossMack? Supposed it's been started late. But anyway, I see Yale B off the back, Mr. Bogart, Red Jet Shell. What the hell? You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Ethos. I see you, my guy. What's up with you, man? We got a few people in here. You know, I know a lot of motherfuckers is off today. Michael in this motherfucker. All right. Let me see who else. Easy Main Live. Awesome Eats. What's up with it? Blessings, Mac Mark. I see you. L Stubbs, Chuck Taylor. You dig me? Yeah. And Black Hill. And Big Lou. Big Lou tapping in. All right.
Big Lou.
All right, T-Tone, make sure you're talking that microphone.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir. Testing 1 2
yeah,
1 2.
You sounding good. I know you
good.
I know you ain't got no headphones, but
I don't need nothing, BossMack. You know, we do this, just on a regular basis, man.
Yeah, you got your Starbucks over there.
Yes, sir. I had to get that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What they call that macchiato.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you see,
you got the coasters, bro. I don't want to fucking.
Man, it's all good. You can go. I need to get some though.
Okay.
I need to get some. And off the back, man, how are you doing this morning, my guy?
Man, I'm doing tremendous, man. I can't say. You know, I was fucking around and had this sinus infection damn near like 2 months, bro. Today, this shit just happened to be like, voila, gone. Shit. I had like fucking 2 different antibiotic prescriptions and shit. But today is one of my best days, brother. And I'm feeling good. I'm happy to be here, happy to be amongst the living, to be in the presence of the BossMack, you know, and like your folks, you told the folks, we go way back.
Way back.
You know
back in the day.
Yes, sir, you know.
Yeah, man.
So, man, I'm good.
Hey, man, well, I'm glad you could make it. You know, I've been wanting you to come on here, man.
Yes,
It's been, man.
Yes.
Been wanting you to
I know,
come
man.
on here, man.
I know, man. I you know what? I wasn't trying to avoid the invite, man. I was trying to make sure the timing was right.
Yeah. It's all good.
And today is a good time, man, because you know what? We memorializing the homeboy again on the 25th year of his passing, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what we do, we just pay homage every year comes around on this particular day.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm about, man. And I'm just happy to be here on this day. You know, with you, because you and I know him, and known him, and knew him very well. And it's all about, you know, just showing some love and some homage, man, for Mossberg, bro.
For Mossberg.
You know? And that's what I'm here for, to share with the people some good stories, nothing but flowers. They got nothing but flowers, you know what I'm saying, for everyone that came in contact with him.
Yeah.
You know? And You know, that's it. And share a little T-Tone experiments of life, man. That's it.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Yes.
That's what's up. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Okay, a little bit more housekeeping. If thou art struggling with dying bitches or bitch out there, holla at the BossMack Topsoil if you need some game because you're struggling with your bitch out there. Holla at the BossMack Topsoil. I got the reasonable rates that's great. The link is the number is in the description. Text me, set up some time. I love chopping it up with my peoples, man. I'm trying to told you, man. I'm trying to told you. I love chopping it up with my peoples. And you know, it's getting more and more difficult to take time out to chop it up. But I love chopping it up. So seize the moment before I had to raise the prices. You understand me? Because time is of the essence. Time is the most valuable thing that you have. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, holla at the BossMack Topsoil. If you're struggling with one bitch or multiple bitches or whatever, and, you know, what you need to know is that the BossMack is always happy for you. I want the best for you. When you win, I win. I am never hating on you. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing the outlandish sucker shit, I ain't gonna humiliate you. I'm gonna give you a solution. You understand me? So holla at me. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. T-Tone, you know, we usually do like some niggas in the news, a little skimming across the nose, and then we, you know, get into the subject matters, you know what I'm saying? You know. But we gonna discuss a whole lot of Mossberg adventures and different things. I would like to while I got you here, man, I wanted to make sure that I wanted to take some time to thank you on camera one time for an episode that we experienced back in the days. Back in the 90s and shit.
Yes.
I remember when it was the Soul Train Music Awards when Death Row was having that party.
Yes, sir.
And we went to that. I rode with you there.
Yes.
I wanted to say that the BossMack, Jim C at the time.
Jim C.
I was doing bad financially.
Yes, sir.
And I didn't have no new clothes.
Yes.
And a nigga gave me a fresh, clean shirt, new.
Yes.
Fresh shirt, and it just boosted up my spirits and had me. I had a you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I kind of got some energy and some livelihood, and I always appreciated that you shot that to me that night. You know what I'm saying? And then we went over there to that party, and then it was just a legendary experience in there that ended tragic.
Right.
But it was, it was a legendary.
That El Rey's.
That El Rey.
Man.
Legendary night. You understand me? You know, I saw many things that night in there.
Yes.
Quik performed.
Right.
Snoop, Dogg Pound, Nate Dogg, all of them was in there. I saw Suge take a nigga's bitch. I saw Suge just take a nigga's bitch. That was his homie.
That bitch came in with him but left with Suge.
Man, I just saw. I had that was like one of my first experiences of a nigga ruthlessly taking another nigga's bitch.
Right.
I'm talking about Nigga came in there. Suge was over there politicking by the ice. You know, they had an ice sculpture, Death Row ice sculpture.
Exactly, yes.
And Suge was over there politicking, and he had his minions around him. And this nigga came in, and you know, he wanted to show his bitch that he knows Suge.
Right.
And he went over there and bowing down to Suge and hollering at Suge and shit. And then I seen an old boy turn and was talking to some other niggas. And then I just seen Suge and his bitch have eye contact that was just beyond, like, and the bitch was just melting.
Yeah.
And Suge was smiling, like, fully, like, just took his bitch. I was like, wow, I can't believe it. He just took that nigga bitch.
Effortlessly.
I was like, and the bitch was smiling and cheesing and so elated that Suge was looking at her like that.
Right.
Far beyond how she was looking with her nigga. And her nigga was oblivious to that. And I was just observing that shit like, wow.
Yeah.
That is some wow. And then, yeah, that was a hell of an experience.
Yeah, that was a hell of a night, man. It was.
And then I remember we was by the front door, and Lehman was in there with the nigga from 6-0 that got stomped out.
Yeah.
And you was like, what you doing here?
Yeah.
To Lehman.
Yeah.
Why are you here? Oh, you know, we had to go represent the homie. Whoa. And you was like, all right, nigga.
I was like, nigga, you know, we go, man, do you really want to be here? That's what I'm like. That's what I'm like, bro, do you know where you at? You know, and, man. And I heard Lehman passed too, man.
No shit?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I hope I'm not, yes, bro. I believe
Was it
so.
like natural causes or something like that?
Sure,
or was
man.
it
Rest in peace, Lehman, man. Yeah, Lehman Gould.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was concerned because, you know, I went to school with these cats,
Yeah.
man. You know?
He barely survived that night.
Man.
He barely survived that night. Remember, because when we left, he had made it like down the street and was getting emergency EMS services. I guess. He had made it. Man, that was.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. When that shit erupted, bro, I was like, what? But like I say, I knew because the atmosphere was so lit, you know.
It was
like both sides of Compton up in the same house.
Right.
But majority it was.
But it was like only a few of them, though.
Yes.
But they had heart.
Yeah, that's
they came with heart. And 8 wasn't even there. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
man, that's crazy, man. Because that's similar way of how I got affiliated, hanging out with Quik in Second and None and High C and all them boys, man.
Right.
Because I was at a party, how I originally met those guys. I was at you remember the what's that 3rd Street in Boyskin, the Glam Slam.
Right.
I was at a function there, right? Because I used to go and represent and because I am a fan of DJ Quik, right?
Right.
So I would go to back in the day. We young and you know we got somebody. So I went to the party.
Right.
I went to the club. And some shit heated up then. He was performing on stage. And everybody went to the green room, to the VIP room. Right. So I pretty much just merged in with the crowd, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm there. I paid to get in, but I merged in with the crowd because it's a lot of homies from the West Side. You know?
Right.
And I get in there and I believe it was Ducky, Big Duck.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Big Duck said, man, he asked anybody had a squeezer. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I got one, you know.
Right.
It's out in the ride.
Right.
He's like, all right, well, trying to get Quik and Cookie up out of here, you know, let them hold it, and he'll get it back to you. I'm like, all right, so they security let me out the back door. I went to the ride, got it, gave it, brought it in, gave it to Duck gave it to Quik. Anyway, he said meet him at Greedy Greg house and gave me the address and everything.
Right.
And by the time I got over there, it was me and Reggie Ball. Me and Reggie Ball, the Ball brother.
Okay.
And we get over there to the house, to pick up the thing. And I was K and D out hanging out in front of the house and shit. So we chopped up, and I told him, hey man, I come to get that thing, and he like, yeah man, Quik said, good looking out, and I said no problem, but he said, yeah man, So then we pretty much conversated for a while. They told me where they be recording that in Hollywood, and come hang out with them and stuff like that. So that's how I got into really fucking with them on a personal level. Right. So I would start. I think that was around Way Too Funky album around there, bro. And I would go and hang out and shit. But guys, I always roll with style. Right. I pretty much always been stamped as a cool person. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I fuck with both sides, every side. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not afraid to go nowhere. Right. So yeah, I started hanging out with them and. Became friends with them and just chilling. So occasionally, on the weekend, on a Friday or Saturday, they up there at what's that, Skip Sailor? Right. Skip Sailor. Yeah. So I would go up there, I'd take some drinks, some weed or whatever, and just go and just hang out with them and shit. I didn't start going to shows with them, and that's pretty much how that came about, man. Yeah. And I just, I believe in looking out for everybody, bro. Right. Especially as black people. That's just always been my thing. Right. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Shout out to the chat. Megan Davis in this motherfucker. Megan Davis. We got a legendary Bompton figure in here right now. T-Tone.
What up, chat?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And T-Tone, you was the like manager of Mossberg to a degree.
You know what? I actually was. I consider myself, because it wasn't no paperwork or anything like that. Right. But I consider myself a big uncle. Right. Big homie. Right. You know what? I would call myself his legal advisor. He was street advisor. Right. And I was I'll play any role with him to make sure he was going to accomplish his goal. Right. You know what I'm saying? So move in, whatever. Here's a key. Like I say, I'm looking. We were looking for the big picture. You know what I'm saying? Right. It wasn't about, man, I already know the loyalty right here. Right. You know what I'm saying? I know the loyalty, so I didn't need no paperwork at the time, you know what I'm saying, to me. Right. When we got to that level where we was, I should say, at a level where we was making big money, money coming in, I would have asked to negotiate some type of contract. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I didn't need one because I raised you. I watched you grow up from a kid. Right. I watched your mama have you in your stomach. Right. And you know what? With Mossberg, Mossberg would watch us go through his backyard, hop the fence, adjacent to the park. And, right there, coming from his backyard was where the casino was, the dice games right there, the hot spot. Right. And just through, we would do a little hustling through there. And if I passed through there, I would give him a few dollars, look out for him. I was one of the first cats out of my clique to have a real 9 to 5, Right. So like I said, once again, I'm looking out for the payday. I'm bringing cases of drink and whatever, we gonna turn the party up on tone. Right. So Mossberg had a love for me, and then I would be over there freestyling. We had the ghetto box, and I'd be freestyling or pop locking. Right. I was somewhat entertainment, and Mossberg with Lil Johnny at the time. Right. Lil Johnny would watch. He was asking me questions and stuff like that. And I remember he started to play baseball as a kid. Right. And he came to me like, Tone, man, I'm playing baseball now. I'm like, oh, that's good, Johnny. He like, I need a baseball glove. I'm like, shit. No problem. Right. I can't remember what store I went to, but I asked what kind of glove he wanted, Right. And I believe it was a first base. He was playing first base or something like that. Right. yeah, I went out and bought him a baseball glove, man. And you know what? Just to see the look on his face and, you know, me looking out for him. And then as he grown into a young man, more and more, he would come and tell me certain things he's doing.
Right.
Like, Tone, I'm rapping. You know, I want to be a rapper.
Right.
And he would spit his lyrics to me, his verses. I'd be like, okay. You know, he was on some different stuff I didn't think he would be on.
Right.
But he was serious about it.
Right.
You know, and yeah, you know, I can go on and on, man, about Johnny Mossberg, man. You know, but to keep on sharing, as he got older, you know, when Big Jake, rest in peace,
Right.
came out and hooked up with Death Row and everything, and then he was aware of that. I would be hanging out with Quik, second to none, and they family. He knew that I was affiliated somewhere close to some people, you know, that can probably help him out. So after Jake had passed, because he was looking forward to getting Big Jake to get him on into the game.
Right.
So, but when we lost Jake, I guess he figured the next, you know, the Jim Bob, he was locked up at the time. Pretty much, I was the only one that was, you know, that was out there touching, being around certain people.
Right.
And I had come home from work one day, and him and one of the other little homies was coming towards my apartment when I was on Compton Boulevard.
Right.
And he said, stop me like T-Tone. I'm like, what's up, man? I'm like, man, I've been going to the studio. I've been doing this. This is when he was Big John, Big Bear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He had them aliases, you know, those monikers, man. And he was like, man, I've been in the studio, man, and I got some demos, yada, yada. He said, man, can you help manage me? And I said, man, I said, you know what? I don't know nothing about managing, but I would help you.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
You know, I got your back, you know. And he's like, all right. So he told me where they was recording in Carson somewhere with this guy. That's when he was Big John. And they was doing a lot of recording. And I go and I'm listening to his demos, and I'm like, this motherfucker is killing it. He's gangsted out.
Right.
Remember them shit? I know he's coming to the old pad and play them joints, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, he came to me on the same thing and was like, you know, I'm finna be a rapper. I'm rapping. I'm going to the studio. I'm saving up all my dice game money
yes,
and all
sir.
my. He was slanging T-shirts,
Yes.
you know, bootleg T-shirts that, you know,
Yes.
at the concert on the freeway, running from the police type shit.
Exactly.
And I'm putting every dime on. I'm taking all my money and putting it on me. You know what I'm saying? And I remember it was like all right. And he was like, man, you was a rapper, man. I just need some game, man. You know what I'm saying? He just straight out came and asked me to help him. Like,
you know what? Because he knew, man, really, you know what? We were the pioneers, bro.
Right,
a lot of cats don't know that I started a rap group back, you know what I'm saying, back in the early 90s. Me and Terrell and Lazy and this guy named Romeo.
Right,
I mean, it was short-lived.
Right.
And if you go on my Facebook page, you'll probably see that photo, that group picture we took. We had these sweatsuits on, man. And, you know what I'm saying? We looking like ready for the world or something out there.
Right.
So he remembered those things, and like with you, you know, you were always a hip hop head, you know.
Right.
And so I used to come and get advice from you, or you turn me on to new shit like the Brand Nubians and digging in the crates, you know what I'm saying? And all that hip hop, all that other stuff that we wasn't really
fucking with on the West Coast.
On the West Coast, because, you know, we was straight NWA, Ice Cube, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so yeah, he knew that certain people that was into the music, you know, and he, like I say, he look at you as a guru of hip hop, you know,
right.
Because he's come and share that with me. I'm going over to Jim C house. I'm going to, you know what I'm saying, and chop it up.
Right.
So yeah, so when when I was listening to his music and I'm hearing, you know, what he's rapping on some gangster shit, and you know, in black text. Shout out to the Black Tech Rangers.
Right.
One of his cliques he was in, you know, 6 Mil, Peanut, all them cats, you know. he was on some shit that me myself, I was more on some hip hop.
Right.
You know, when I was writing lyrics, I was writing some smooth shit, some hip hop shit for the bitches. So yeah, and some conscious type of stuff. So I had to get accustomed to his style.
Right.
Because it wasn't new. It was that I didn't expect that.
Right.
You know.
I thought it was funny, man. Mossberg, man, like when he first came around talking about he was rapping, it was all right. It was all right.
Same here.
And then when he got with Black Tone them.
Yeah, shout out Black Tone.
And then they changed his name to Mossberg.
Yes.
And then he got a little bit better, and he was wanting this shit to come out, and I was like, I don't know, it was all right still. It was all right.
Yes.
And then like somewhere in there, he just made a dramatic jump. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
he made a dramatic jump in skills. I don't know what happened.
Yes.
I don't know if it was like disappointment because he was wanting the other shit to get pushed, some of his earlier shit. And I remember, like, he used to, I used to be up at Mom's house. I used to be using Mom's house like an office.
Exactly.
And I had, I had all the different scams going at that time.
Right.
And so I used to check into the office like about 6, 7 in the morning.
Yes.
And then that nigga used to come meet me there.
Yes.
With because he was working with me on a lot of the shit, getting money from that.
Yeah.
And so he pull up, and then we go get some espresso from the coffee shop. We go to, which was way over there by El Camino. I was just talking about this shit. We go way over by El Camino to get the coffee, the espresso.
Right.
Come back, and then smoke the morning blunt, and he chop it up with me about what's going on.
He would share that.
His saga with Quik and them, what's going on, and how niggas is fighting, Quik getting into it with Second and None, and all the dramas that's going on, and Sugar Free, and this and that. And then I used to be telling them, like, look here, man, let all them niggas get into it with Quik, fight with Quik, whatever. You be ready to go when Quik ready to record.
Right.
Whenever he ready to go,
right.
Be right there, and don't question nothing, and just get in where you fit in.
Yes.
And be ready to go.
Yes.
And he was just on that. If I could say any advice that I gave, I was like, just fuck with them other niggas. Don't even think about what they little sagas and shit.
Yes.
Quik is the mastermind.
Exactly. I agree, and I share that with you, JC, BossMack. Excuse me if I call you Jim C.
Yeah,
JC,
it's all good.
But you BossMack, baby.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, just to elaborate on that, bro, you absolutely right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. And that advice you gave him was the same advice I was giving him. Now let me tell you one thing. See, when this thing first evolved, when it came to fruition, as far as being with Shepherd Lane Records,
right?
Okay, see, because we searched around. Actually, Mossberg, me and him, we used to go. I used to take him, like I say, I go try to rub elbows. Billy Wright, remember Billy Wright?
I remember that name.
Billy Wright did
the movie.
The movie.
And it had Lisa in it. Lisa was his right-hand man. And
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we used to go out and take Billy Wright to get information from him as well and other people, man. And Mossberg wanted to go to like Priority. He was looking at we were trying to shoot for a major label.
Right.
We weren't even thinking indie.
Right.
And then I was saying, man, and then this is around the time where right after Tupac had passed, so a lot of people was, a lot of people weren't really looking for no more gangster artists at that time.
Right.
So anyway, we had to demo out, and Spud was living with me. Rest in peace, Spud, Rodney Davis, man.
Right.
You know, young Spud was living with me, you know, and he knew of Johnny as for the neighborhood, but he didn't know as Johnny rapping. So anyway, I said, man, we got this mixtape, you know, we trying to get it around. I said, you know, and I'm thinking, I'm here. We know about Sugar Free and Black Tone, right? We hearing up Shepherd Lane, right?
Right.
So I know Spud be rubbing it. Spud was everywhere, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was neighborhood superstar, right?
Yeah.
Throughout the community.
Yeah.
So Spud actually got the mixtape to Black Tone. Okay. And arranged the meeting, and you know, they was like, yeah, you know, okay. So, whoa. So Mossberg go meet Black Tone, and I guess that's how he met Stan Shepherd.
Yeah.
And long story, they gave him a contract. Did you get a chance to read that contract?
No, I didn't ever read it.
Okay, well, they gave him a contract, and we took it to a few people and read about, because I thought he had shared with me that you had gave him some advice. So
I think I did look at it. I think I did look at it.
Yeah.
I think I did look at it.
Yeah, you
I
did
think
look
I
at
did
it.
look at it. Yeah.
And I looked at it and I was like, but Mossberg, you know, come from never. I mean, as far as he ever went was like going when he go slaying those T-shirts. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, a lot of cats wasn't leaving the hood. A lot of cats from the hood never been to San Pedro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but Mossberg was an ambitious young man, and he wanted to make a name for himself.
Right.
So anyway, he was eager,
Right.
and hungry to get in the game.
Right.
Regardless, he knew that if I sign this contract, you know what, I'm going to be way bigger than this contract in years to come.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he accepted the contract, and I don't know how much money it was or whatever, but, you know, he gave me a few $100, you know what I'm saying, at the time, and boom, was on. I remember one of the first sessions we had was with Quik, and that's when I think that's when he did the, damn, what songs were they did?
Because I
can feel that. I can feel that.
Okay.
Okay, but at the time they were discussing that, but I can feel that in another track, and you know that's when Quik got introduced to him, and you know Mossberg was a one taker, but like you say, he can go in there, he gonna one take. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so I think Stan had turned him on to Dazzy D.
Right.
Dazzy D from Lynch Mob label, okay? And, you know, he loved Dazzy shit. He was like, man, I like what this guy delivered. So him and Daz was pretty much working. Dazzy was working more side by side at the beginning.
Right.
And so when Quik finally had the time slot for him to come in and start recording, Quik would do some stuff like that. But, you know, no shade on nobody, but Mossberg wasn't really thrilled and enthused at the beginning,
right,
about Quik production because he didn't think that it was strong enough for him.
Right.
And I used to tell him, look here, man, this is the motherfucking man right here. You know what? I've seen him perform. I seen this guy at work. I said, look here, this man right here is who's gonna catapult you.
Right.
Okay. You just stay in that studio, and you know what I'm saying, and you gonna get acclimated, and you gonna get comfortable, and then you gonna start loving it.
Right.
And just as I said, when he was coming back from studio time with him, like, oh man, he started talking all these wonderful things, how quick production was, and this and that, and I'm like, that's what I told you, because I watched this man get down. I know
right.
Okay. As a matter of fact, I used to get that Quik, like, man, I want to hear some more of those old school beats. He told me, Tone, that's dated. I'm like, but still, man, I remember he was having this box of instruments, you know, hand instruments that he would make different sounds, and you know, but Mossberg fell in love with Quik.
Right.
And like, man, and no shade on Dazzy D. He loved Dazzy D. Now let's go back a little further. $6 million.
Right.
Hold up.
Right.
Let's not forget about 6 mil.
Right. 6 mil had a lot of motion back in that time.
Yeah.
You know, 6 mil had a lot of motion. He did some shit with Picasso recently, not too long ago.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, I ain't gonna
Shout
lie.
out 6 mil.
I fuck with 6 mil. I you know, I thought Picasso verse was crushing on that.
That boy's a lyricist.
I thought 6 mil could have came a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because Picasso came so hard on that shit. And I was remembering how tight 6 mil was back in the day. I was like, man, I was surprised he didn't go further.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened, you know, but the work that Berg was doing with him was tight back then.
It was, yes.
Now, I can say that I'm trying to remember the timelines, but I remember, like I said, Berg was like okay.
Right. Yes.
For a long time, he was like okay.
Yes.
And he was disappointed at the progress that was being, at what niggas was pushing, and it wasn't going fast enough, but he was still trooping along.
Yes.
And then somewhere in there, he made a jump. Now I don't know if it was that Connected project.
Okay.
Right before that.
Yes.
The stuff that was happening right before the Connected project, but when that came,
yes,
I was just like, his skill level just went from okay to I'm tight.
Yes.
Like with extreme confidence.
Because he had physical he had some shit that was on the platform. You know what I'm saying? He knew, like, okay, damn, this is my first project. It's out. It's pressed up. Okay? And it was kind of put together real quickly.
Right.
It wasn't his best work.
Right.
But I guess after he felt that, he knew now that he's about to work on his album.
Right. I just thought the nigga's skill level jumped like a motherfucker. I was like, whoa, nigga's skill level really jumped. And I remember I was riding down the street. I was on Rosecrans. I was in Gardena. Yeah. I was by it used to be the Horseshoe Club. That it used to be called the Horseshoe, that casino.
Yes.
I don't know what the name of it is now, but is it still there? That
it's
casino?
a Hustler. It's still there, but it's a different name now.
Okay.
Yes.
But anyway, man, it's a car. Four gangsters was in the car. Nigga, they was subbing. They was subbing, shut up, and all of them niggas was head nodding.
Yeah. Shut up, nigga.
They was all of them was like this, going down the street, blowing some kush. I was like, okay, Mossberg is affecting the people right now. Yes. Okay, you know what I'm saying? There was some little niggas I didn't even know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. Wasn't no friends or nothing like that. So I was like, okay, niggas is having motion right now. And then, you know, it just like it's, like to me at that point, he was like right behind Sugar Free now.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Even though Sugar Free was still, you know, elevated game being spit.
Yeah, it was with hella.
But I felt like Sugar Free wasn't really, I don't know if he was, and see, I ain't trying to put motherfuckers' business out there, but, you know, Berg be telling all these free stories, you know what I'm saying, and how he fucking with Crystal and shit like that, you know what I'm saying, and he was like, how he still pimping and you know what I mean, this nigga more concerned about pimping than rapping.
Yes, he was about what he taught.
You know what I'm saying? This nigga really on some pimping shit, man. Like, man.
Really?
He don't care about, man, this nigga got artillery in his house and shit.
Man, look here, very eccentric artist, bro.
Yeah,
Sugar Free is okay.
Yeah.
Talented a motherfucker, like I say.
Yeah.
You know what? He's not from this planet type of artist, bro.
Yeah, and I ain't putting his business out there. He speak on his own drug use. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, with that right there, I don't know too much about what I focus on is the talent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, it's some things that people do over because hanging out with Quik and the entourage and different artists that come through the door and stuff like that. You see a lot of stuff, but you know what?
It's about the art.
It's about the art. You know what I'm saying? If I see L DeBarge, if I see Jay's DeBarge, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. All I know is the shit they deliver in the studio.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but as far as with Free is about what he talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was when he come to the studio, he come to record. But back when he was being Skip Sellers, he might have 3 or 4 different things. He running all his business at one. Okay. Tom, ride with me over here. Jump in the whoop, go down Hollywood Boulevard, come back. You know what I'm saying? He checking spots and stops.
Right.
Come back in. You know what I'm saying? Have his cognac or whatever, and he come in and spit his lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Very eccentric. Yeah, I used to be in there. It's like this boy right here, this man right here.
You know what? I can say this, man. I can say this about Free right now, man. I feel like Free is like one of the old niggas rapping that's still pushing forward.
Yes.
With the skills.
Yes.
It's like, nigga, I'm trying to get better still. You know what I'm saying? And I just saw some shit yesterday. I just saw a clip from a song yesterday.
Yeah.
It was just some cold shit I ain't never heard before. Just Free, man. I am dedicated to get him on here for a conversation. I got to get him on here.
Well, man, that could be possible, man. Because you know, he's a good guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, man. All those guys, man. You know, and I can remember. I changed the subject on Free, but you know, Mossberg wanted to work with too. Battle Cat, the legendary Battle Cat.
Yeah, that would have been tight.
And he was pushing that Battle Cat when we first began. We used to go out to Glendale to the back room studio out there. And that's when Battle Cat was out there. He was doing a lot of production. We was go out there. That's with Dazzy D.
Right.
You know, they did a lot of beginning work out there, man. And you know, it's so many people that Berg encountered, and they gravitated quickly towards him. You know,
right.
You know, and but yeah, man. But far as the spectacles that we would see in the studio, I used to tell Bird, look here, man, concentrate on you.
Yeah.
Okay. Concentrate on you. Okay, we gonna rub elbows now. See, cause we don't have we got a clique. We got the homies in the hood, but at that time, it wasn't all about trying to bring all the homies to the studio.
Right.
We need to go in here and plant our feet.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Get established, and then once we get to that mark, now we gonna bring those that's dedicated and loyal too. We pick and choose because we can't bring everybody.
Right.
And you're the new artist here. So
Right.
you got to come in here and get established.
Right.
Okay. So like I said, when he had that, finally got that epiphany of change in lyrics and style, was after the Connected project.
Right.
Okay. Spending a whole lot of time in the studio with Dazzy D, but the love that he started getting, and he came back with that change of thought, not change of heart. Like, man, he started seeing what I was telling him about Quik.
Right.
How productive he is, how hell of a producer he is.
Right.
And Quik was sharing that brotherly love to him, and he started saying, you know what? And he said, look here, I got the right, my verses got to be harder than anybody when I get on the song.
Right. Right.
Point blank.
Right.
I got to go in and kill it.
Right.
So we'll be at the house, and he'd be sitting at that table, and he writing the shit, and he like, Tone, how this sound? I'm like, bruh, that shit sound dope right there, but over the beat, I don't know how it's gonna sound over the beat.
Right.
And when he come back with the final touch and the finished production, his game, I say, oh yeah, he's elevating, and he gained that love and respect for Quik production.
Right. Hey, I always thought though, like I felt like he was the beginning of the young niggas in the game.
Exactly.
Like,
there weren't any at the time.
Like it was like the established niggas, and he was like the first of the young niggas. Like he was the beginning of the like right now they call the young niggas YNs.
Right.
He was like the first of the YNs.
He was.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? And
exactly.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I felt like I sensed like it was like some jealousy towards him and his potential.
To speak on that,
You know
that,
what I'm saying? Like
that
I
that
felt
was
like
in the,
I
you
felt
could
like
feel certain vibes in the
I
atmosphere.
felt because it was like it was coming. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing that he did that I thought was like some revolutionary type shit in a way that I hadn't really seen before is the way he was hustling his lyrics.
Yes.
Like how he was
Yes.
really out here doing features,
Yes.
getting money, like selling dope type shit.
Right.
Like
Exactly.
niggas was really he was like, it got to the point where he was coming through my shit in the morning. Like it was like he had many different hustles going, cause he fucking with me on the different shit I'm doing.
Yes.
So he come through in the morning with his issue. Yeah, I got this, I need this done.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm about to shoot to the studio with these niggas right here. Niggas driving him around.
Yes.
We
Yes.
about to go out here, and then I think I'm shooting the Bakersfield to do this, and I'm gonna be back.
Yes.
And then whoa, like, you know what I'm saying?
This game elevated, bro. Once that Connected project dropped,
Right.
bro, I used to tell this guy, I tell this nigga, man, bro, you know what you are now? What, Tom? I said, you commodity. Yeah, you are commodity. Okay?
Yeah.
You are a wanted after product.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So you got to walk differently, and you have to really be on your pivot and swivel, bro.
Right.
Okay? Because you are commodity.
Right.
Okay? And like you said, his business agenda elevated.
Right.
To the point, like I say, I knew. Hey, now look here. We start off, Jim. He didn't have no car. So who you think was running? I had the bucket. We were getting that bucket, nigga.
Right.
And we would ride that bucket wherever we had to go.
Right.
To any studio, pull up in that motherfucker dripping oil.
Right.
Okay, that's what I was doing. I was working. I was still working. I had to be at work at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
I would take him to the studio.
Right.
And they'd be like, "Why Tony in there asleep?" And Barry was like, "They got to go to work in the morning." I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to party and bullshit.
Right.
I'm here on a mission. You make sure my nigga get in, and then if he tell me, "Tone, go ahead and bounce to the house," because I got a ride to the house.
Right.
Okay, that's how I went.
Right.
And most of the time, Jim, 95% of the time, I was strapped.
Right.
Because like you say, I knew the atmosphere. I loved everybody.
Right.
But I'm not here. I'm friends with everybody.
Right.
But I know
But it's
that
serious.
the devil's lurks.
Right.
So Bird knew. I already know. Like, man, why you? I said, bro, don't trip. This how T-Tone been rolling all his life. You know what I'm saying? I'm a cool guy. Nigga, I get into the club with the strap. Nigga, because I'll be at the door politicking with the security, nigga. And then, soon they, I mean, go on in there. Why you got to, yeah, thank you very much. Okay, but look, his agenda has elevated, and I knew that I can be there with him all the time.
Right.
Okay, I knew that. I know he's gonna go out and explore. That's what he's supposed to do. He got to go out and politic. He's gonna go here, go there. But am I worried that he's going? No.
Right.
Cause this is what we worked up to.
Right.
This is part of the business. Go over here, fuck with that nigga. Go over here, fuck with that. Go over here. Spend days in the studio. He used to be in Corona, shit for weeks. Him and 6 Mil working.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Wherever. It wasn't about. It's the big picture. Like say, I ain't no contract. This is my little homie. This, you know what I'm saying? I know him. I know it's my whole family. I know what he's gonna do. If he make $1 million, you know what he gonna do? Who he gonna come get? He's gonna come and get T-Tone.
Right.
I got that meal, T-Tone. Let's go. You know what? And it wasn't about the money because I was making money. I was working. Man, it's been 37 years I've been at my job, man.
Right.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I was hustling. Then when we got little money, we invested into the weed.
Right.
We had the dodo in Compton Boulevard. We had the dodo sack.
Right.
So, but my point is, I knew that he was gonna go out and explore, and then you're right. There was a thing. It was a sense of fear from others. Of this guy's about to.
Right. Yeah.
This guy Mossberg is about to be the next motherfucker.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say something too, man. What was fascinating to me, man, is now doing the Compton's righteous stuff, right?
Yes.
In the midst of that, like when it was having the most momentum, and we was right there in the hood like that.
Yes.
I became aware. I had never thought of this before. But when the momentum started really going,
and the notoriety started taking effect,
I was like,
yes,
niggas would kill me.
You damn right. Yes.
I started to really become aware of that. I had not been aware of that before, and I didn't think that was possible for a rapper.
Coming out the hood, Jim
I
C.
was like, niggas would kill me. I'm too accessible. And then when Mossberg started to get all that momentum, I was like, this nigga cannot be around here no more.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
This nigga need to. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was really looking at Quik and them like, why ain't these niggas just put this nigga in the valley somewhere? Like, nigga, live out here now. Like, here go a condo.
And you weren't the only one.
Just live out here. Don't even go over there no more.
You not the only one that had that thought, man. A lot of guys that say that. People say that to me. I had the same thoughts too,
Because I thought you did a lot by saying, nah, nigga, come over here and live with me. But that wasn't far away enough.
No, that was it on the main line too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That I thought you did your part by like, nah, nigga, you got to come live with me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You can't, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I felt even before that he should have been like, he was a valuable commodity.
Yes.
Like I just,
yes,
I couldn't understand that. Like,
yeah. In his passing, a lot of people would say, man, why them guys didn't give him money to get him out the hood, man?
Right.
Right. I used to hear that, a lot from a lot of people, and that question would come. I like, man, I had no control over that situation, bro.
Right.
You know, and like I say, Bird was he was ambitious and hungry, and coming from nothing, and seeing that this is a gateway to get something. I'll take what they put on my plate.
Right.
Until I can request what I want to eat.
Right. Right.
But that question always was like, why wasn't he? But you know what? We can't even roll that up right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I ain't hating on no niggas or nothing. I ain't trying. I just was at that time because I was like,
shout out to Black Tone, Shepherd, with the label, yeah, we know that's a great question to and that's what we wanted for him. I knew. So for perfect example, the 25 years ago, like I said, he was gone. He was always gone. He had the key to the apartment. He'd come anytime. He would check in with me, telling him I'm here, and there. So on the 4th of July, and he, the night of, he's home, and I'm like, what you doing? What you doing here? Oh man, they doing something, but you know what? They doing something for Jackie. Rest in peace, Jackie. It was her birthday.
Right.
Okay. They going Jackie. I've been out there, Quick House, and I wanted to come home, but I believe he had a date that night. I think he was supposed to be with this bride, and the bride stood him up. That's what I think he's supposed to spend time with this female that he's interacting, bro. I believe so, if I'm not mistaken. And the bride, so he ended up being at the house.
You know what? To go sideways on some shit like that, I remember, I don't know if you knew about this story. I remember, I remember they did that. They had when Down, Down, Down and all that shit was out. Niggas, Rhythmalism was out.
Right.
And they did a show in the Valley.
Okay. Right.
And I had let him wear my jewelry at the show.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if it was that show or another one, but it was around that time. Bird, was on stage, getting his clout.
Yeah.
And, after the performance, you went out in the crowd and a bitch chose up, right?
Yes.
And he had, he hollering at the bitch and, he got the bitch. And then he did some shit like take the bitch backstage amongst all the giants. You know what I'm saying? Quik and all them there, amongst all the giants.
Yes.
And then, he moved around like, the bitch want a drink or something, and he leave the bitch and go over here and get drinks and come back and shit like that. And left the bitch alone for a few moments backstage and then moved around and then came back and was, with the bitch.
Yeah.
And then, some days later, like a few days later, he went to the studio and Quik had his bitch, the same bitch that he had knocked at the concert.
Okay.
Right? She was in the studio, like, chilling, right? And he was like, it fucked him up, like, Quik took my bitch. And he was hot, right?
Right.
And I was like, no, he didn't take your bitch. The bitch chose.
Right. You
took a bitch around giants.
Yes.
You're not a giant yet. I mean, you popping.
Yes.
You popping. But you took her backstage amongst the giants.
Yes.
And you left. Her agenda was to keep going up the ladder. It ain't you. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you would have kept a bitch away from that,
Right.
You would have had more control over the situation. But at the end of the day, you popping.
Yes.
I had to get him to see this. I was like, you're popping,
Yes.
but when a bitch gets close to you, you still got limitations.
Right.
You still got limitations. And these other niggas, they got, they got power, money, vehicles, homes, all kind of shit. You not there yet. And you cannot, he was mad at Quik. I was like, you gotta toss all them thoughts and feelings out of your mind. Quik is your friend, nigga.
Yes.
Let the bitch go.
Yeah.
The bitch is gone.
Yes.
Quik is your friend, my nigga.
Yes.
You need Quik. You don't need the bitch.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? More bitches is gonna come in the future.
I wasn't aware of that right there.
Man. I had to get him quick because and at that point, I was really, because after the Compton's righteous shit,
Right.
I had like because I was so without during the process that I just overdid it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I started, scamming and getting money, and then I just start fucking with a lot of bitches.
Right.
So I was understanding.
Yes.
I was, you know what I mean?
Right.
So if anything, I was trying to get him to see that. I was like, look, nigga.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Hey, bro, do not have, because he had it most, he was mad at Quik. I was like, bro.
Yes.
It is not Quik. I was like, listen, man, the bitch probably just, soon as you left the bitch, she just jumped up and down and waved her hand and got Quik attention, and he didn't even know it was your bitch.
Right.
Because the bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is just,
That's the scam.
The bitch used you to get back there.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, you don't know, you know what I'm saying? And I was really trying to get him up to speed, and I know that he was, I knew, bitches was gonna be like a handicap for him in a way.
In a way, yes.
You know what I'm saying? He had to
Okay.
really get up to speed. You know what I'm saying?
Check this out, because like I say, Big John Mossberg,
Right.
prior to him getting into that lifestyle of becoming a rap artist, he wasn't really dating
Right.
He wasn't dating, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He probably was still a virgin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When he was 19, 18,
Right.
he probably,
Right.
Because, when he talk about wearing dirty shirts and broke, smelling like Indo smoke,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? That was a lifestyle, because in the hood, really, if you wasn't a entrepreneur or you wasn't a adventure type of person, all you knew was those four corners. You know what I'm saying? Shit, Avalon, Central, Rosecrans, Compton Boulevard.
Right.
Right.
And
until you start exploring and seeing different parts of the world, different parts of the city, I should say, California.
Right.
Getting exposed to that, that's when his eyes start to open and seeing that, damn, it's a lot out here. That they say that's when, excuse me, the epiphany hit him where, damn, I could be somebody. I already know I could be, but I see that right now, the doors are opening.
Right.
And so with being out there performing and a bitch is giving you the eye and winking or whatever and showing you love, you was a feature on that track. You was featuring at that concert.
Right.
And like say he get her there and soon you turn your back, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that bitch, her goal is to get to the goal.
Hey man, listen man.
You was still bronze at the time.
I'm trying to get it, even when he did that cut, Don't Tell.
Oh, that Don't Tell track.
Okay,
with
now,
Snoop, yeah.
Now, when he did Don't Tell,
yes,
he came by my mom's crib and he was like, man, Snoop and them, man, they want me to jump on this song, man. And they had the open space for his 16
Yes.
right there. And he was like, man,
Yes.
I got to, you know. And I was like, listen, on God in heaven.
Yes.
I was like, listen. I told him exactly what to talk about on that song. A bitch coming through your shit. Bitches come through your, like, when you got it, when you ballin', bitches come through your house.
Right.
They see your furniture. They see the shit in your crib.
Yes.
You know, you got some pounds on the table. They see that.
Yes.
You know, niggas is calling you. Your phone is ringing. You know what I'm saying? And then they gonna go and tell their homegirls about this shit.
Right.
And that's your prestige right there.
Yeah.
And that nigga just converted
Man.
all of that into lyrics right now.
Yes.
I was like, oh my God.
Bro, that verse was so hard. That verse was so hard. I was at the studio that night when him and Snoop and Warren G did that
Right,
stuff.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think matter of fact, I don't know if Bird recorded. I think Snoop did his verse first.
Right.
And then Bird did his and Warren G was last.
Right. He told me Snoop came, he was like, man, that nigga Snoop just pulled up with a pound. Put it on the table and said, smoke freely.
We was in there smoking in that piano room over there. God damn, man. They was smoking so many blunts, bruh. The blunts wasn't even finished being smoked before they was striking up another one.
Right.
I think it was a Nintendo bag or a PlayStation bag that they had a pound in. Man, I was so high as a motherfucker. I was so high. I said to myself, I sometimes like, man, I should have kept me one of them blunts, man, and fucking and sealed it up.
Right.
For memory purposes, man. But he killed that verse, bro. And I'm telling you, it was in the way one take.
Right.
The way he delivered that shit was like, I mean, I knew Snoop was very impressed.
Yeah.
By the fact, I think Warren G kind of may have went and rewrote his verse. I'm telling you, to match.
Right.
Because you see it's kind of similar coming off the same.
Right.
Yeah. And that was a beautiful night. And it took Warren G a minute to accomplish his verse, but he got it done, and that song was hot as hell.
Right.
That was a beautiful night, bro.
Right.
But like you say, you gave him some good advice.
Yeah. He just
advice.
converted that shit right now. Like I was like, yeah, man, yeah. He just converted that shit right now.
Yes.
And I remember them niggas did another concert I think it was at the Orange Show.
Right.
Did you go to that one?
I believe I did. I was smoking so much weed back then, Gypsy.
Nigga, I remember, hit the like button for this game. Shout out to the chat. I'm sorry I ain't been paying attention to y'all, man. You know
Deep conversation.
Wait, let me see if I can get Red Jet Shell have blessed the nigga with some paper. Let me see if I can see that. Damn, I can't go back that far.
Yeah, deep conversation, bro.
Shout out Red Jet Shell for that donation, man. I saw that. I don't even know what you said. I can't get back to it. Shout out Ken Folk, Mr. Bogart, PA on the track. Yeah, man. We got JC. Salute. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, yeah. A nickel for the fourth. Shout out Red Jet Shell, 100. Yeah, Joe Blast in this motherfucker.
Joe Blast.
All right. What was I? Oh, yeah. At the Orange Show. Big Toot.
Tootie Reese, rest in peace.
Man, I remember I was following Big Toot, nigga.
Yeah.
They was driving 100 miles an hour on the 91.
Yeah.
Going out there, man, and I was trying to keep up with that nigga.
Yes.
I was like, Big Toot, they don't give a fuck, nigga. I was like, these niggas is breaking the law. I was like, bro, 100 miles an hour
Yeah.
on some fuck the police shit.
Right.
Nigga, we got out there, man. That was a good show. That's when I realized free was different.
Right.
That's when I realized free was like sugar free was like really special. That was my first time seeing sugar free live.
Okay.
And I told Berg, I was like, "Hey, man,
that nigga's a performer, bro.
I was like,
Totally different. Hey, bro.
Free.
Hey, I swear, man. It's like some Morris Day with some Rick James, bro, and with some fucking with some Eddie Murphy involved with that nigga, man. It's comical, talented, just different, bro.
Yeah. I think that's the show where Berg pulled the bitch. I think that might have been the show.
Okay,
that might have been the show. And then I remember another show that Berg did that I took for granted, and I felt it in my spirit when I took it for granted, is when they did the show at USC. Did you go to that one?
Yes, I was there at USC. Yeah, that pretty much was like one of the last shows.
Right.
Yeah.
Niggas came back from that show. Like 2 or 3 niggas came back from that show, and they was looking like they saw Jesus.
Yes.
His own homies. It was niggas that was like,
yeah, this motherfucker done made it. Yes.
They said that they booed Boys to Men off the stage. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that portion. I probably was back.
Okay. He said, yeah, they didn't even want to see Boys to Men. They just wanted Quik to get up there.
Right.
And then when Mossberg did Shut Up, said it just went into spiritual.
Yes. Because that shit hit hard. that Shut Up, nigga, that whoop, whoop, man, I'm telling you, that boy Quik, he went into a different element when he started producing those tracks for Quik, for Bird, man.
Yeah.
That Shut Up.
Yeah. Niggas came back and was like, man, the crowd nigga was going crazy when he was doing Shut Up. They was like, he crushed Quik. And I was like, and I casually blew that show off on some, I need to finish. I was doing some work or some shit, trying to get some money or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna get to see a whole lot of shows type shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then and nigga, I think Frog, Dante little brother, Dante.
Dante from our neighborhood?
Yeah, Tay. Tay brother, his little brother. He was like, Gypsy, man, what the fuck, man, Mossberg, man. I'm telling you. He was like, man, this nigga, man, they was mosh pitting.
Man, but see, you gotta remember too, Jim. You gotta remember back then, it wasn't too many artists out there from nobody's set.
Right.
It was a different time. So that Bird was one of the after Eazy-E. Right. NWA.
Right.
DJ Quik, Second to None, High C. Bird was the next cat out of Compton.
Right.
MC8, all, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
All the artists before him. It was still early. It was mid late 90s.
Yeah, like 98.
You know what I'm saying? He was
in
one of the
99,
first artists
2000.
to emerge.
Yeah.
Coming out. So it was a whole different, a new era was being born. He was a first of a new era.
Right.
And so it's like, and then out our neighborhood alone.
Right.
I mean, only person we had come out our neighborhood that was successful for us in the music industry was Hazel Payne, Taste of Honey.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she come up off of Pearl Street. Yeah. Man, back in the days when Michael Ealy and Fred Ealy used to be doing, remember the Battle of the Bands being a part? Yeah, but that's Hazel Payne, she's from the neighborhood, Taste of Honey. Yeah.
Doom, 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 doom.
Yes, yes. Bass player, yes. Yes, sir. So we didn't have nobody, no stars come out the community besides her that I know of. You know?
Right.
And rest in peace, Tina Marie used to work at the park back in the days before she got started with Rick James. But yeah, Mossberg was a new emerged artist where a lot of people wasn't used to seeing.
Right.
A lot of guys, a lot of the hood was used to being just hood, as we were hood niggas.
Right.
If you didn't get out, fortunately you went to college, you got to see some of the other part of the world, or your mom used to, send you different places. Like my mom used to send us to Texas or Louisiana or whatever. But we used to go explore different areas. When we was coming up in our 20s, we didn't just stay in the hood.
Right.
We moved around. We went to parties.
Right.
We used to go to Hollywood. We used to go up in Malibu and go listen for a fucking party.
Right.
Crash it. You know what I'm saying? That's how we got down. We just walking at, you finesse yourself, your way into a motherfucking party.
Right.
As well as concerts. Me and Spud, rest in peace, we used to go to concerts and do a straight tour around the venue,
right.
looking for that weak person at the gate to slide them a couple of hundred, not a couple of dollars to get into them and get backstage.
Me and Spud made Spud was fucking with me when I was doing shit.
Yes.
Me and Spud brought in a lot of
yes.
money, bro.
Yes.
Spud was bringing in so much money that the people that fuck with him came looking for me after he passed away.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Because Spud was a community.
Yeah.
From Watts to L.A., Compton, because he met a lot of cats when he was in prison as well.
Yeah.
But just Spud always been like that since he was a youngster. Spud, we used to go to when I left Compton High and went to Centennial, Spud used to try to come with there, man. They used to get Spud wasn't even enrolled in school. But his popularity was so good, the dean would let him come and parade around for a few hours. You know what I'm saying? And then tell him, Rodney Davis, you got to go.
Me and Spud was like one summer we was like, I ain't gonna say we was best friends, but we was homies for like one summer, like 77 or some shit like that. Something like it was one of them years, man. That nigga was my homie for like the summer. My moms knew him, all that shit.
Yes.
But and he was like after Jake had died. He had got out of jail after Jake had died, some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
So I always was impressed by the way he got his big homie on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And moved around, and
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know.
Remember his funeral, bro?
Yeah.
Funeral. It was so packed. One of the
Yeah.
first biggest funerals I ever seen in my life because of his popularity, man.
Yeah.
But like I say, but with Mossberg, man, doing shows, bro, like I say, it was an element of jealousy in the atmosphere that you can detect on certain people.
Right.
And a concern about him bypassing
the
potentials that he had. Even with me, see, like I say, I even felt to the fact that sometimes they didn't even want me. Certain people didn't even want me around at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Tone is pretty much an overseer. We hear he's managing, not knowing the depth of our agreement.
Right.
Let's not, Bird, you know what? We doing a show, but there's no passes for you. It's just for you. Shit like that.
Right.
Like, okay, you featured on the show, but you can't even get no passes.
Right.
You gotta tell them, man, what about Tone? Well, we only got you, Bird. There's no room for nobody else but you. And you a feature try to make him feel like he didn't have no clout.
Right.
I remember one particular concert, bro. I think it was probably the Budweiser Buzz Fest or something right there.
I think I remember that.
Man, couldn't get no pass, right? Bird told him, they said, I bet you T-Tone will be back here. He told him. So, like I finessed myself again. Because you know what I'm saying? Bro, when I go to the VIP, I'm walking to the bitch like I'm an artist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm coming clean, dapper. You know what I'm saying? But the confidence is way up here.
Right.
Okay, so I'm looking for the most timid person out of security
Right.
to approach.
Right.
Boom. Where you going? Where I'm going? Man, I'm with DJ Quik, man, in Mossberg. I said, man, I'm running late, man. I'm supposed to be here, man. You know what? Look at, hey, what trailer they in?
Right.
Come on in, man. They in trailer. Bouncing that bitch when birds see me, man. You should have seen his eyes lit up. I told y'all T-Tone was gonna be. What's up, homie? You know what I'm saying? That's the type of love, cause that's how I got down all my life, man. You know what I'm saying? I go and I scope and I observe and see the weak points. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, that's where I need to go right there. You know what? If it don't fit, I don't force it. But that's how I got down. So yeah, I felt that, you know, Bird wouldn't actually tell me, but he felt it too. But I wasn't concerned because I knew the love that we have. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about I have to be where you are all the time, bro. Go in there, make somebody yourself. And when you're ready to reach back, I'm right here.
Right.
Or if you need me, I'll be there. Okay?
Right.
Don't trip. See, that's what people don't understand in life or in this business, man. I don't need the spotlight on me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a helper.
Right.
I'm a helper. I don't mind helping.
Right.
Man, perfect example, bro. I remember at one of DJ Quik parties back in the days, he had a party at his house, a birthday party. This is where he got the inspiration to me. This is what I felt, to pitching on the party song. He threw a party at the house, right?
Right.
And I remember it was crowded, and somebody, you know, the part of the song where the music get disconnected.
Right.
That shit actually happened.
Right.
That shit actually happened. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And he started back up, we partying. But I was with my first daughter mom at that time, and I took her to the party. But we didn't leave the party when everybody was leaving. I stuck around to help clean up, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was just how I was raised by my mother. You know, hey, you go somewhere, you help. You know what I'm saying? You invited, you know, you always bring something, but you always help clean up because everybody gonna do that.
Right.
That's how I was at my spot, bro. At my apartment, I have the cats come hang over and kick it and watch the sports, watch game, and we cook whatever. But hold up, dog. Hey man, get that up before you leave. Everybody's about to help clean up.
Right.
You're not just about to come eat, drink, and smoke, and nigga, and bounce. But yeah, man, that's just how I am, bro. I observe and I just play my part. I ain't trying to be the spotlight. I ain't trying to be in the spotlight, man. I just want to see if JC, when we went to New York, BossMack.
Yeah.
When we went to New York.
Right.
That was my first trip to New York, right?
Right.
And
mine too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we went there, and we went to DJ Premier and Guru.
Right. We went to their video shoot. They just we pull in and they just happen to be shooting a video.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I was there to support Compton Righteous. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
They do whatever it take. Cause we did a show at what club was that? The Muse. Or
The
something?
Muse. Yeah.
The Muse, bro.
Yeah.
But and then we had.
I got a picture of you and Jake in front of that. Picture of you, Jake, and Will.
Paulie Ray, rest in peace, man. But who did we had in the car with us that time? We were smoking blunts, and we had one of the cats he hang out with.
We got the DJ from Brand Nubian was in there with us. DJ Alamo. He just happened to be walking down the street.
Yeah, DJ Alamo, bro. But yeah, man. But I was there to support Compton Righteous, as I have been even for my community, bro. You know, I don't want notoriety and recognition, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Bird said, you know what I'm saying? He just want the money. Y'all can have the fame. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, that's what it's always been about because, you know, I believe in helping my fellow man or my brother, you know?
Right.
So I was concerned about what other people in the entourage or the clique of the label and those around felt. I wasn't there for them. I was there to support Mossberg.
Right.
I'm friends with all you guys. You know what I'm saying? But I don't mean I trust everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm there to support him, and a lot of those guys loved him, man. High C, man, second to none. Oh, that's not man. Him recording with a lot of people, the Booyah Tribe, bro.
Right.
Now,
Right.
Come on now, that's the red team.
Right.
Man.
Right.
Man, Godfather, rest in peace, man. Red, rest in peace, man. Monster O, rest in peace, man. And shout out to Gotti, man, and Cobra, bro. D-Boy Pops.
Yeah, D-Boy was a cool motherfucker, man. I liked him, man. He came through here, man. It was good talking to him, man. D-Boy,
yeah. So, but those guys love Mossberg, man.
Yeah.
He got a chance to hook up with Be Legit, E40 now. Quik had that boy moving around and introduced him to a lot of people, man. Mossberg was a wanted featured guy and had a lot of love. So 25 years, there's no telling where he would have been today.
Man,
okay?
it was
what level?
It was R. Kelly.
R. Kelly, yes.
You know, he got a song with R. Kelly, song with Snoop, song with Quik, all kind of features with little motherfuckers.
Yes.
I mean, man.
Yeah,
he put in some work,
man.
In
a lot of work in that little bit of time.
In that little bit of time right there, man.
Yes.
It's crazy, man. You know, the last time I seen him, I was at the corner of Compton Boulevard in Avalon.
Yes.
And they was turning the we was at the light, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come by your mom's crib, man. I'm gonna come by your mom's crib." You know what I'm saying? Right. And you know, that was like the last time I seen him. And you hit the corner right there.
Yeah, but look how many people he inspired, though, bro.
Yeah.
Look at the young artists coming out the community now, bro.
Right.
You know, and who, you know, he pretty much laid a blueprint for, or showed them, you know, that it's possible, man. You know, and
right.
I listen to a lot of art. I listen to a lot of our young artists, and a lot of artists, because I'm a Pandora type of cat, right? So I just, boom, I'm gonna put on some Ice Cube. I'm gonna put on some JR. You know, I'm just gonna put. Matter of fact, I'm gonna type in West Coast artists,
right?
Know? And I play all the young cats shit, man, and I listen to them, and I'm waiting to see other successful cats in our community. You know what I'm saying? Emerge, bro.
Right.
You know, it's time for another one, which we got Westside Boogie. You know, he out the community. You know what I'm saying? That,
right.
And shit, we got Mari Ruger. You know what I'm saying? And shit, we got Hitter J3, all these cats, man, is making the impact that I be watching on IG, bro, and I be listening to or go on their YouTube page and check out. So, you know, I'm really looking forward to see a lot of these young guys make it.
Yeah. Niggas is inspired for sure.
Yes.
But I don't know if I ever seen anybody cause that much pressure in the studio like that. Like, Berg really, like, because I got to see him in the studio like one time, and he put extreme pressure on the whole studio.
And I can agree with that.
Like, extreme pressure. Like, he just, I don't know if it was his presence, because he was such a big nigga, presence, confidence, the way he was looking, you know, the weird way, you know, when he feeling the beat, he start, you know, his head nod, the way he get the, you know, going.
Yes.
He just pressurized the whole studio.
Right. Yes.
I think we was in there, we was at Rhodey Studio. I think Gangster D was in there doing a verse from Second to None.
Yes.
And it was Larry was doing the beat. Larry had did a beat.
Okay.
And Berg came in there and laid something to it.
Yes.
It just
one take.
Bullied the studio, one take.
Yes.
And
I have
bullied.
did see motherfuckers go and rewrite their verses, bro. I experienced that with him. Like, okay, you up next. After you come out the booth, and man, give me a few more. Hey, you know what? Give me 30 minutes. You know, and go to private corner and rewrite some shit.
Berg laid his shit and was like, looked around, and niggas was like quiet, and niggas had to go back to their corners and get to working on some shit. He was like, all right, I'm out, man.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's that type of.
Oh.
When you listen to his shit, you know, like, hey man, the boy was ruthless.
Yeah.
With his pen, you know,
and then
I was delivering.
And then I forgot the one time I was getting some mushrooms from my peoples.
Yeah.
And he was like, give me some too, right?
Right.
And bro brought me the mushrooms. He was like, hey, because I had got some mushrooms from him before, right?
Right.
And he was like, hey, dude, these is a little bit stronger than the last ones that I got you. So, you know,
right.
Be careful with these right here. And, you know, I fuck with mushrooms sometimes, but now I'm on some microdose shit where I just take a little bit.
Yeah.
And, you know, you just kind of feel good, and, you know, you could be like, it can help you with some creative shit that you're doing.
I hear
when you take a little piece of it, you know what I'm saying? Versus a nigga used to eat the whole eighth back then and just leave the planet.
Yes.
Nigga. I took some mushrooms, my nigga. That in this motherfucker. I took some mushrooms. I had a eighth. And I'm like, I had took some before and just had they wasn't that strong like that. And I just had a hell of a good time. And I was kicking it with P Ranks, P, right?
Yeah.
And you know, and the thing about the mushrooms is you gotta watch who you around when you take them, because they give you like a perception, like a behind the veil, like you gonna see who people really are type shit, right?
Okay.
So it's highly unadvisable for you to like take some mushrooms and then go to a concert or some shit where you're around too many people.
Yes.
And it's good people there and evil people there. It's good and evil people.
Yes.
Bottom line, right? Now look, I took the mushrooms and I was kicking it with P Rankin, right? And these wasn't that strong, but they kicked in, right?
Yes.
And I could just tell that P Rankin was my homie. Like, it was like, this nigga right here is your friend, right? Yeah. This nigga is really your homie.
Yeah.
It was like a certification, like, this nigga really is your homie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't never doubt that.
Wow. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I just was like, damn. You know, I could really feel that shit, right?
Right.
Then I went and got my car washed right there on San Pedro and Rosecrans and shit. I had the Lexus back then. I went and got the car wash.
Yeah.
So I'm at the car wash and the whole shit turned into like I was in a fish bubble type shit. I was like, damn, outside. It was hot. I was really enjoying the mushroom experience. Driving down the street like I was in a fish bowl and shit. I was like, it was crazy, right?
Uh-huh.
I got the strong mushrooms.
Right.
And I got some, and Berg wanted some too, so I got him some. Berg took his first, right?
Right.
That nigga called me and was like, Jim! Man, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
Bro, what the fuck? What the fuck is this, man? And I was like, calm down, it ain't that bad. I ain't took mine yet. He was like, man, I'm about to go to the hospital. Type shit, bro. Like, just had a whole episode, right?
Right, yeah. Yeah, he told me about that shit, man.
He wrote a song about that shit.
Absolutely.
Mushrooms got my mind.
Exactly, he sure did.
He wrote a song about that shit. Nigga, I don't know why I didn't respect what he told me about his experience. I did not respect what I'm acting like he overreacting. I'm forgetting what this dude told me about these mushrooms.
Right.
So I took some mushrooms, right?
Yeah.
And I had one of my bitches come over, right? Yeah. And I'm a have a Sunday afternoon with my bitch. I'm gonna have her drive me around. I'm thinking I'm gonna get the fishbowl shit, but I'm gonna have her drive and I'm just gonna have fun with the bitch, right? Man, I took the mushrooms, man, and they supposed to take a while to kick in. They started kicking in like in 15 minutes. I'm starting to see distortions in reality around me and shit, right? I'm like, damn. Right? The bitch came through, you know, and, you know, she, you know, bad bitch, lascivious. Like, I'm talking about she with the business. So, you know, I'm me and Rhodey, I'm staying with Rhodey over there in Hawthorne, so we like baller house. I'm trying to mimic how Jake and Jim Bob house was. I'm living like that.
Right.
I'm trying to live that.
Yeah.
So we over there, you know, and the bitch come through. So as usual, you know, she before we even take off, she gonna suck my dick before we even. So she sucking my dick, right?
Yeah.
I'm watching her suck my dick. You know, she got bomb fingernails. She's sucking my dick, and I'm looking at her. And all of a sudden, her hand and her face turn old. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? And I pushed her off of me, and then I went to the bathroom, and I'm looking at myself in the mirror, and you know, I'm normal.
Right.
And I throw some water on my face, and I'm like, and she like, what the fuck? What's going on? Why you tripping? I'm like, oh, it's cool. I'm good. I go back in the room. She normal, right? Yeah. She starts sucking my dick again, and I'm looking at her, and her hand and her face turn old, and my dick stay young, and I'm like, push off of me, run in the bathroom, throw water on my face. She's like, nigga, what the fuck, man? You tripping? What? You know, she talking shit. I'm like, you know, now I'm looking around and all kind of shit is happening in the house. So I'm like, look. I'm like, listen. I'm on some mushrooms. I'm going to need you to go. I don't know what to do. I'm like, I'm going to need you to go to the store and give me some orange juice so I could calm down. Yeah. And she started laughing and shit. You know, she thinking it's funny. Y'all ain't tripping. Just go get that shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She left to go get it. It seemed like the bitch was gone for hours, bro. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Listen, man, all kind of shit is happening. It's like, bro, it seemed like the top of my head opened up. Yeah. And it was like space above my head. And it was like, I started feeling like, oh, I could be gone. I could lose, but I started thinking like, I could be gone. I could lose my mind, bro. Right. I was like, yes. It was just like, about to, you bro, 911 bro. I was like, this bitch taking way too long, nigga. I went to my car, nigga, had to concentrate. Yeah. All kind of hallucinations is happening. Yeah. I'm like, okay, just back out the driveway, focus, drive out. I'm gonna go into 7-Eleven. I'm just trying to make it to 7-Eleven to get some orange. I'm thinking orange juice is gonna save me. I don't even know if that's valid or not. Right. I don't even know how I came to that thought. Like, yeah. Nigga get to 7-Eleven, nigga, in the parking lot, nigga had to concentrate. Okay, get out the car, walk in there, you know what I'm saying? Get the, okay, pay for it. All kind of shit is happening. The floor is like water type shit, but I'm not sinking. And bro, that shit was crazy.
And she never made it back.
Oh, no. When I got back to the house, the bitch pulling up. Where you was at? What the fuck? Why you leave? I was like, bitch, you took too long. I was just gone a few minutes. But anyway, Berg. Berg was right, like, about that shit, Berg.
Yeah.
Berg said he started. See, and once again, that goes back to what kind of person you are around.
Right.
So I had to reflect and was like, was this bitch evil?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me?
Is that bitch a witch?
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Hey, bro.
Bro, there was no way I could continue letting her suck my dick, bro. Imagine that, T-Tone.
The date is over. I need some time alone. Thank you. See you later.
I was like, and then like everything subsided. It was like I was on a roller coaster, bro. It was like I got on a roller coaster. When I took the mushroom, it was like I got on a roller coaster and I had to finish that shit. Like you was at Magic Mountain and you really, that shit just.
Yeah.
And then you ain't no get off until it's over.
Wow.
But anyway,
That's crazy. So yeah. I remember Berg wrote that song.
Now, Berg was at the studio with a bunch of niggas that he really didn't know.
Okay.
And so, see, that's the thing. You have the negative, like if the niggas, the people you around ain't your peoples.
Right.
You gonna see who they really are, and it's gonna fuck you up. You gotta be ready.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For you know.
Yeah. You know what? I hear about it.
Yeah.
I've been watching The Shy.
Okay.
Oh, The Shy, they doing mushrooms, you know.
Right.
Different episodes. They actually got into growing it and stuff like that. And just a couple of episodes ago, two of the guys on there, I can't think of their names, but they was experimenting with the mushrooms, and they did it in the quietness of their own home. Them two.
Right.
Two brothers, I believe they are, and they were just having these spaced out hallucinations and seeing themselves in different ways.
Right.
So I don't know if I preferably would take the mushrooms. I have to wait. A lot of things I thought about experimenting in, and they were saying how the mushrooms can be therapeutic.
Yeah, I mean, I like the microdose experience better. You got it. If you like when you do the hero dose, that's what it's called. Like when you eat an eighth. It's a potential. I ate the whole eighth.
That's like a fucking.
Eighth.
A ball.
Eighth.
Yeah.
And it's actually a lot more material than like a dense piece of weed.
Yeah.
It's like more, you know, and like a eighth. It really. See, the thing about the mushrooms is it's fucking with your emotions too.
Right.
It's fucking with you on many levels.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, I think I endeavor to say that it give you a, like I said, it you see people for who they are.
Right.
Like it just like a veil, like you seeing into who people are. And that's why, like, if you go to like a concert or some shit,
right,
where it's all these motherfuckers,
right,
that's gonna be like an overwhelming experience for you. You're gonna be like, what? It's gonna really fuck you up if you're not really prepared. You gotta have somebody there with you that's like understand what's happening I wouldn't even. I wouldn't. The best way, if you was to do like that, is for it to be like a beautiful sunny day. Go out into the park, outside, nature, with your close peoples that you fuck with, that you know you fuck with. Limit the amount of motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah.
Yeah. That sound like it's something that I have to be in the privacy of my own home. Probably with a strap down to a chair or something.
Yeah.
Because I already got a psycho side of me that I'm afraid of.
Right, bro. Like, yeah, man. I mean, and I'm gonna say this, man.
The psychotic side is crazy on me.
I'm gonna say this too. Here's some crazy shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, man. I done like, I used to smoke weed all day, every day.
Right.
Right. I can't smoke weed like that no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened, man. It's like it's like when I smoke weed now, you know how I used to get that tranquil, everything good feeling type shit and be like,
Right.
It does not do that no more.
No.
It's just like big paranoid. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like on a high level, like type shit. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm like, God damn.
Yeah.
How did I even smoke weed before type shit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't know if it's the kind of weed that's available now. I don't know if they growing it like that now, or is that what's,
I don't know. I don't know. Jay, BossMack is I haven't smoked since 2018. You know what I'm saying? And so, when and so and the reason is because of I had needed to conduct business differently. You know what I'm saying? And I tried multiple times trying to stop until an incident occurred where I had to stop. Okay? Okay? I had to stop. Okay? And so
we used to smoke.
We used to smoke, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's why sometimes my shit is still cloudy right now. I can't remember some of the most adventurous shit I did in life. I've done a lot. Hey, look at perfect example. Okay. I'm telling you, after Mossberg passed away, I started working with another artist. Right, some years after Spitfire.
Okay, I remember that.
Remember Spitfire? He won the show that was called Interscope Present the Next.
Right.
Okay. Got a deal with Interscope / Maloof Records, right?
Right.
We go to Interscope, recording stuff. Half the time, I was smoking weed back then.
Right.
I regret that I was because I wasn't conducting business properly.
Right.
Once they had released him, all the people that I had met, all the connections, I was thinking, Tom, you wasn't even plugging in.
Right.
You should have been plugging in because those opportunities, you guys was there because I was like, oh, we got this now. Oh, I got this now. I got a prominent artist. You know what? This boy is good as hell. You know what I'm saying? The music, but the hip hop game has changed and numbers start dropping. And Maloof like, well, yes, we'll do rock and roll. But I'm in the studio with him at the Scope.
Right.
We're in the studio with, what's my boy name? Will I Am, or Will. Okay.
Right.
All these different people that I was plugged in. I'm in there with Jimmy IV nephew, DJ Moore, doing meetings with Paul Rosenberg. You know what I'm saying? All these plugs, but pretty much I'm with the Maloofs.
Right.
Who's have all their business execs, Tony Guancy, and so many other big people, millionaires.
Right.
But I regret the fact, but I was smoking weed then. I wasn't at the meetings all the time high, but the me not taking advantage of the opportunities, I felt was because I smoked marijuana, which I should have been plugging in. I made a good presentation of being around those guys. They liked me and everything like that.
Right.
But once it had diminished and they had released him from the label, it seemed like, okay,
Right.
the show is over.
Right. The show is over.
If you didn't get your ticket validated, or if you didn't get no info, which, yeah, that's
Yeah,
but
right,
I think that was because being now, I do things totally different. You know what I'm saying? I got some ideas that I'm putting together and I had been planning on working them for a long time,
right?
And I'm ready to execute them. You know what I'm saying? But execute them at a sober level.
Right.
Because that's how I think. I mean, the door isn't really closed. It's just that there's other doors opening. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But marijuana, smoking weed can really hinder you, man. And you see all the YNs and new generation. That's all they do is smoking. But I'm telling you, it's going to take effect on them, and it will take effect on you.
Well, now I feel like I don't know, man. It just it's crazy, man. The YNs.
The weed out there is not like it was.
It's some different kind of. I don't know, man. It's some different kind of weed going on, man. It gotta be, man. I don't know. I mean, cause and all the weed is having the same effect, man. Like,
yeah.
Even it's crazy, man.
It's a stagnated state. Even though you can, it's production, but still, it kind of weakens a lot of abilities in a person.
And for this, and I ain't gonna lie, man. Like for the podcast game, for doing this,
yes.
I've smoked weed and tried to do this and whatnot, but smoking weed is not conducive, really, in my opinion.
Yes, in your opinion, right.
For this.
Yes.
Because you have to be, like, in, like, a certain type of awareness.
Right.
And,
and especially for a person that really isn't a outgoing person or real sociable that likes to interact on a business level. A person that just talent. Some talented people that they're good at what they talent, but they're not good at talking and negotiating.
Right.
In a paranoid that state where you feel like, okay, you're not speaking up for yourself. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? I see that in some people that and it isn't for everybody. And it shouldn't be abused. It is a good medication,
right?
But it's how you use it,
right? Now, see, that's what I'm thinking now. Yes. See, now it seemed like it changed for me. Like right now, I'm amazed at that a nigga used to just get up and have like coffee, espresso, or whatever, and then get to smoking for the day, throughout the day. I'm amazed that I used to do that and conduct business and do shit and you know what I'm saying?
Right. That's
now,
how I feel.
Right now, it's like I see it as like it's like it almost, in a lot of ways, to me, as I think about it, it almost have a similar effect of mushrooms as far as like the way it fuck with your emotions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the paranoid shit, it just be like, I don't even know. It's crazy, man. It is crazy, man. It's like a whole nother set. Like a nigga smoke some weed and start thinking about just way out shit. You know what I'm saying? That have you stuck.
Have you stuck?
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. There's a time and a place to medicate that stuff.
Yeah,
bro.
and it's not that can't be no everyday.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, maybe you do need to reflect on all these possibilities.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's a time and place for that. Like,
It is
maybe,
a time and place, yes.
Maybe, once every 3 months, you need to have a moment where you tap into that to maybe think about some shit that maybe you hadn't thought of.
Right.
But man,
I agree. Yeah.
I don't know. Every day ain't left.
Every day, all day is good. Now, Mossberg, remember, that nigga used to smoke
we
ounces.
Yeah.
And that was another hindering factor 25 years ago. We had sold out on the 4th of July.
Right.
We was dry.
Right. And was on some, I need some weed. And see,
Yes.
right now, you could be like, I don't even need no weed.
Right.
That shit is crazy, bro. But then back then, we ran out of weed. We gotta go get some now.
Yes. Yeah.
We gotta go into the trenches,
Yes.
risking nigga risking his life to go get some weed.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, bro. But it's good to reflect on Johnny Mossberg Burns' third life today, and I'm glad that we took this time, because there's so much more we can share with the people too as well, and but just to throw some flowers and give him some flowers is what I strive for, and continue to keep his name going. Like back in the days, I created a Facebook page for him, and just to every year to reflect on certain days, his birthday and things like that.
Right.
And shout out to Donna, his mother, and his sister, and to the rest of the family as well.
Right.
I do that. What I do is from the love of T-Tone for the love of Mossberg. You know what I'm saying? Nothing, no rewards, no payoffs or nothing like that, man. It's always been just pure love,
Right.
And that's how I am. And that's why I like to, for those that came into his life, like Julio G was a good friend. Julio G came to the apartment and chilled with Mossberg, a few times.
Right.
We used to go to Power 106 back in the day, Son Doobie, and smoke out the studio up there, and who else? Big Boy, when he was there, and so many I can name, man. Drayster.
Yeah.
Drayster, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Baby S. I can go on and on, man. Go on and on.
I'm gonna make an observation.
Yes, sir.
I remember his funeral. How it was like how epic his funeral was.
Right.
At that spot at Rose Hills. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I remember all the homies being posted up like in the outside, like in the outside area.
Right.
All the homies was just posted up right there.
Yes. That was hard. That was a hard day for me, bro.
I remember I remember Walt getting up there talking all long and shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was like such an epic event, and it was crazy because it was, his songs is being, everybody playing his songs, niggas subbing the songs.
Yes.
It's damn near like he alive type shit while it's a funeral type shit. And all the people that was there, how it was just huge. And then I remember when they, we went over there and they put him in the wall. And then I remember when Meat Man turned around and was like, "Don't realize," he was holding up his shirt, and everybody just started going crazy.
Yes.
I'm gonna contrast that.
Yes.
One of my bitches, her father died, and he lived to be probably like late 60s.
Yes.
He had all these kids, grandkids. Good dude.
Yes.
Good dude. You know, I fuck with him. And, you know, he had his funeral at that same spot.
Okay.
And I was at his funeral, and it was like probably half of the church was full. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, and I was there with my moms, because my moms knew, you know,
Right.
them too.
Yeah.
And I was like, Ma, you know, this is where Mausberg funeral was at. And do you know that this whole bottom part was packed out, the top part was packed out outside. It was packed.
Yes.
And I was like, he was 21.
Yes.
And I was like, it make you reflect on, and he didn't have no kids. And I was
Right.
like,
That part.
it make you reflect on you know, how you live your life, like the impact
Yes.
he had on people's lives.
Right.
And he was just 21.
Bro.
I was like, man, you
And,
know, you can't
yes.
even imagine how packed this church was. You couldn't sit right here where we at right here. You couldn't sit right here.
Right.
It was packed. The outside waiting part was packed. All the homies was in that part.
Yes.
The stars, luminaries
Yes.
was in here. I was like, yo. I was like, what kind of life do you want to have?
Right.
Do you want to impact? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. That was amazing how it wasn't amazing, but it showed the love and the flight that he had taken to the heights that he achieved, bro. Because I was overwhelmed, and like I say, the stars and the celebrity or the people that was in the music industry at the time, bro. And one of his biggest fears, man, he would say to me, he don't want to lose his life before the album come out. You know what I'm saying? He was afraid to die. Everybody, who isn't? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, but it was something that a thought that he always had, man. Because he felt the love, and I think he felt the presence of the popularity that he had gained too.
Right.
He had gained so much popularity. That's what I say. I told him, man, bro, you are a commodity.
Right.
Bro, you know, you are wanted, you are sought after not by villains or not thinking of that, but you are a sought after person because your talent.
Right.
Now, in that era, like I say, you have so many people around you that don't have what you have.
Right.
And don't really care to see you have it. Or if some, and even at the time where, you know, some people will get doubt in you thinking that you have changed.
Right.
You Hollywood now. You too big to be a, and he died a broke man.
Right.
Because people wasn't used to not knowing that, okay, what you see is shining right now is just a beginning.
Right.
He haven't even left the earth.
Right. right.
He's still the same broke brother that you saw before he even got into has got the spotlight put on him.
Right.
But they thinking, oh man, he's on the song with DJ Quik. He's doing concerts. He's he's on this song with this person. Oh, he did the Snoop album. Oh,
the Snoop and the R. Kelly features just
yes.
really
Yes.
just had people really tweaking.
Thinking that he's successful and you know what, he forgot about the neighborhood.
But he right there.
And he's right there. But see, they're not realizing the work he had to put in to even get to the location where he is. And there's a lot more work to be done.
Right.
But if you're not used to that lifestyle, that business, you don't know.
Right.
You know, because I used to be in the studio with Quik and them, and I seen a lot of cats that was talented. You done heard their songs, but you can see that they don't have no money.
Right.
Okay, they probably got you know what? I remember one time, bro, going to get some insurance one time. What's that cat name? Well, I can't think of his name right now. But anyway, he was an artist and he had a popular song.
Right.
That was a shit back in the day. Back in the days when I was just a little kid, but not
right.
a kid anymore. What's that?
Ahmad.
Cat? Ahmad. I mean, I saw Ahmad, bro, working at this insurance company, and I was like that's Ahmad.
Right.
But Ahmad still had to live his life.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Okay, he had a popular song. Maybe it was so many credits he had to pay out on that song because it was a sample and anything like that.
Right.
And hey, there's changes in life. You may have kids, you know what I'm saying? The fire that you had underneath you, it dwindles. It goes out unless you keep that fire burning. Now,
hey man, I seen it firsthand as I used to observe Jake and Jim Bob.
yeah.
And then niggas come around that's supposed to be popping.
Right. Yes.
I ain't gonna even say no names.
Ain't gonna say no name, right.
Niggas that's supposed to be popping, hit records.
Yeah. Yeah.
And niggas needing a sack.
You're right. Yeah.
And I'm looking at Bob and them and just going, what? Yeah, blood. Eat it.
Yeah, man.
Jake, man, like, yeah. Let
And
him work that. And I'm like, but
yes.
and it really put a perspective on like, okay,
Right. It does.
a nigga need to be hustling.
A nigga need to hustle, yeah. Bro, that's why I always kept my job.
Nigga need to be hustling.
That's why I always kept my job. I got to went to work. Okay?
Yeah,
you know,
bro.
because I still, hey, look here, I would love to make it in the music industry.
Right.
Until they, I see
Niggas is yo-yoing.
Yes, this game is up and
niggas
down.
is, I'm talking about hit records. And I'm like, he need to what? Yeah, blood need to hold her. And he fucked it off.
Yes.
I can't give him another one.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Man, you know. Hey, that's why you always gotta stay humble, bro. You have to stay humble and stay grounded.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Because
What the fuck?
all what you see all the time, it really always what it is.
Man.
You know?
Man.
And so I knew that. That's why seeing certain things coming up prior to Berg entering the industry,
Right.
I knew what it took for him to get where he gotta go. Okay, I'm gonna cheer you on, but I'm not gonna, okay, signed with Shepherd Lane Records. Oh, he's working with DJ Quik. Oh, he's doing something with R. Kelly, doing something with Snoop. Okay. He's still the same man he was before he got in the game.
Right. Right.
I'm still giving him pocket change. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, If he go on a European tour, I ain't worried. If he don't call me, I ain't tripping.
Right.
Because I know eventually when he get time, because he's busy.
But see, Berg to me was different from the other niggas because he never stopped hustling.
Never stop hustling.
He never stopped hustling because he was fucking with me.
Yes.
We continued doing business throughout the whole process of that.
Yes.
He still was having paperwork coming through like,
Exactly.
yo, Jibs, hey, man, I got this, man.
Yeah. That was legit. That was a
We,
long-term hustle.
he
right
was,
there. Yeah.
he had time for that.
Right.
Like, hey, man, I need that little,
Yeah.
I need every little.
Right.
I know I'm signed. I know I'm this. I know I'm that. But I know I got some records on the radio. But hey, man, I need that little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one thing. He was because our community, our neighborhood was always been hustling since since the 70s, bro.
I think it's the community.
It's community. We always we were, even though we a red team, but we was all about that green.
Right.
That's one thing.
Right.
We always been hustlers, bro.
Right.
And that is one of the attributes that we have from us being from our community, bro. And I still keep that embedded in me, and till this day, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, matter of fact, if anybody want cable free TV, you know what I'm saying? Holla at me, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out Mr. Ethos.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yes,
Power Rangers, more work to be done.
man.
We need to destroy the credit system. Oh, what does this nigga talk about? Aquanaut, what's up with it? I appreciate it. Yeah.
Chad, what's up?
Preston Taylor, I appreciate that $10. Man, I'm gonna release them clip. I'm gonna release some of them clips today, man. I've been lagging, man. He edited some clips for me. Preston Taylor, man. I'm gonna release them, man. Shout out to them edits, man.
That's dope.
Couple
man.
dudes edit some of the content, man. You know, that's a big part of this. Is like this big old podcast that we just did.
Yes. Yeah.
It's so many little pieces that could be extrapolated and thrown out on the gram. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
That's
good content.
Yeah.
Now, I'm glad I made it here, bro. You know what I'm saying? And. Tell you, BossMack, we go back. We can go on, man. Actually, this episode can go on for a couple more hours, but I do got to go get the day started.
For sure, man. I appreciate you pulling up, man. I appreciate you pulling up. This was all about Berg.
It's all about Berg,
we just wanted to talk about it.
Mossberg. Long live Mossberg. Long live Mossberg. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about, brother. I just do, I want y'all to know I got that 110 South
the
streetwear.
110 South,
that
man.
110 South streetwear is always available. Shout out to Raw Tools. Okay, hey, and 110 South was established by my homeboy Eric Hirokani, rest in peace, in '98, right?
Right.
And he was with, we got so many dead homies. 40 ounce brought Eric over to the hood and turned him on to Mossberg. He was such a big fan, and man, we moved around so much, and losing good people, bro, it really impacts you, your life and your way of walk. You know what I'm saying? And I know you know that very much, BossMack. But I'd like to give a shout out to my people at 110 Software, Danny, Tack, David, Lil C's, you know what I'm saying, to the Hirokani family. And I want you guys to reach out. Just go to the website, man, 110.com, man, 110 South. And BossMack merchandise is always around. And I thank you for allowing me to share that, my brother.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
Yes, sir.
Push your product.
And we do it mainly just to keep the live in there, because we were and is with BossMack one of the first Los Angeles authentic clothing gear, you know what I'm saying, out there. And, Ice Cube and so on, Snoop and everybody. Man, I can go with a lot of stories, bro, about this industry, man, and people that I touch, man.
These nuts, I appreciate that $2. Yeah.
Yes, sir, man.
Yeah, man. this is even being from the community helps me keep this going, you know what I'm saying? Because
Exactly.
it's really, you know, all this is like a, you know, a serious hustle.
Most
like,
definitely.
You know
And
what
that
I
you
mean?
are and
Like,
always been. Yes. Okay.
you know, I gotta sell the clothes, I
Yes.
gotta do the content, you
Yes.
know, the consultations, and you
Yes.
know, and that all keep the lights on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Able to survive, man. You know, podcast game is a blessing.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah,
to be
man.
able to, because at the end of the day, you know, I'm just a creative person. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
you are. Yes.
So it's like, you know, after the Compton's Righteous stuff and started, you know, hustling and all that shit. But it wasn't it was creativity in a way, but it wasn't like good, long lasting creativity.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
that was helping other people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So getting involved in this, I don't know, man. It's like it shit saved my life type shit. You
Okay.
know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know, when I started being like a teacher, it like even though it was good to do,
Yes.
it just didn't feel like I was contributing the way I was supposed to
Right.
the world.
I feel you. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you supposed to be, you know, creating.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Teaching is cool, you know, dealing with the youth and shit like that, but you know, you're not putting nothing into the world that's affecting people. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's crazy, man. You know, so when I started doing the blog and then getting into this,
Yes.
you know, it just really, you know what I mean?
Open up, and it gave you a sense of comfortability
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. You know, so I'm just thankful to be doing this shit like a
Yes,
motherfucker, man.
Well, congratulations, man. You
Yeah,
know, because you know, like I say, I don't catch it live, but I always stream and go back and check out some shows, bro. You know,
I appreciate it,
Yes.
man.
Yeah, because I'm not really much of a television watcher. You know, I am a, you know, I got, you know, I got my own little side business. You know, my own little, and to be honest with you, it ain't all about being into entertainment. You know, it's all type of business that people can get into. So I advise all the YEs out there. Hey man, it's a lot of money in gardening, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of money in gardening. I got a gardening business that makes a lot of that makes some money. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And you can fandangle that in so many ways.
Right.
So I advise everybody. You know what I'm saying? We come from hustling, and you should never be too proud to do something legitimate that other people may find that's not too attractive.
Right.
Okay?
I feel like the thing with the YNs, man, I'm noticing right now, it seems like it's a funny thing. It seems like, you know, when I think about, I guess, gangster shit, you know,
Yes.
there's the, you know, sometimes you have to do stuff to people, right,
Yes.
for legitimate reasons.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's all about earning money.
Point blank.
You know what I'm
Bottom
saying?
line.
So you could have the skills to unalive people.
Okay.
You could have, you know,
Yes.
you could have the skills and be known for that, but do you have the ability to generate income?
Income. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
right now, it seems like the balance of reasons to give you respect have tilted over to how many people have you unalived?
You're right. Yes.
Not how much money.
I'm glad you.
And
spoke
then
on
you
that.
unaliving other black people.
Right.
Not even like.
Yes, bro. Glad you spoke on that, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
You know, and it's like niggas don't give you, this is fascinating to me.
Yes.
Niggas not giving you credit for generating money.
Right.
They giving you credit for unaliving.
Yeah.
The more hats you got, oh, that's the nigga.
Yeah.
But you don't have no ability to create wealth.
Right.
Now, you might be able to rob people, but that's not really like a business.
No, it isn't.
You know what I'm saying? That's like, I mean, the ability to create wealth and figure out ways for people to live.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it used to be a time where niggas got credit for creating money.
Right.
Like, this nigga be getting to the bag.
Right.
This nigga know how to do this. This nigga do that.
Yes.
Now it's like, who got the most hats?
Bro, I was thinking that just last night. I was like, man, what's wrong with these? Why is?
Who got the most hats?
Why is some people, black men, I be like, why don't these brothers just go ahead before they get a felony? If they want to, before you get a felony, or get your first strike or whatever.
Right.
Why don't you just go ahead and join the army where they pay you, they teach you,
because you
and then pay you, and then you can buy. That's what I'm saying.
Because you don't get to see. The thing is,
they want to get validation and recognition from the hood. The hood is gonna always be there.
But and then you're unaliving other black men,
which is killing the neighborhood. It's taking down the wealth. It's taking down the popularity of your community. You know, it don't make sense. I think we should open up an insurance company, bro. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Yeah.
Might as well. And hey, you know what? We'll pay you to sign up for the insurance company. You know, we'll start you off with $500. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you choose to do.
Right.
You know, but it's all backwards. I don't understand why these young men is not thinking about the simplest way of trying to make. There's a lot of ways to make money.
Let me point out something. It's niggas. Okay, it's niggas that's held up to God status that's not here no more.
True. Yes.
Like, for instance, like a nigga like King Von. You heard of him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm familiar with King Von.
He's like a god to niggas.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
But he's not here.
Right.
Right? But he's like, niggas want that kind of respect. And then they look at him as like, he set standards for niggas to follow. Like, if you, a standard like this, if you don't have like 3 or 4 hats, you're not really
accepted.
That's not like you
Yeah,
gotta have like at least 4, 5 hats.
Yeah.
Under the belt to be like even
Consider.
considered.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? If you
Right.
got like 1 or 2, that niggas probably was shooting at you, and you got some lucky shots in that. You know that don't count.
Yeah.
That's the models out here. That's the thing. It's bitches that be like, I don't want to fuck with a nigga that don't have at least 2 or 3 hats.
For real?
Oh yes, it's bitches like that.
Damn.
On the record saying that bitches.
This that new era. I mean,
This is the.
But that's a very small world that they live in, though, right? It had,
bro.
It's a very small world.
Bro, these are popular. These are popular individuals making these statements. This is not like little people. These are like Asian Doll. You probably never heard of her. She used to fuck with King Von, the rapper bitch.
Yes.
She's stated that in a tweet like, I don't want to date no nigga if he don't have at least 2 or 3 bodies. I can't. You know.
So the YNs don't want to become.
That's a bro. It's like getting old is bad.
That's what I understand.
you getting old is like
it's I don't understand.
You know.
So nobody. Therefore, let's just party and have fun as young as we are, and once we get. But they don't understand that a lot of them is going to cross that threshold of 30 and beyond.
Amen, motherfuckers.
They're going to have children. You want that same type of lifestyle for your children?
Motherfuckers is awesome, man.
You got brothers and sisters. You know. I mean, how did they adapt this state of mind?
Now I'm gonna give you an example. Like I just came from Milwaukee, right? Yeah. Now I'm from Milwaukee. I was born in Milwaukee. Then I moved to Nella and was raised up in Nella.
Yeah.
When I was 8.
Right.
Right. All right. I remember when I came from Milwaukee to here, I was shocked and astounded by the level of violence that was happening out here. Like the level of squabbling the nigga had to do every day when nigga was 8. Right. You know what I'm saying? Every day squabbles, drama, niggas getting whooped, money took, all that. Wow.
Yeah.
Right? And Milwaukee was slow to me, right?
Right. Not now.
Nigga, Milwaukee is nigga leading the way.
Yes. And
nigga with the listen, the YNs, listen. And see, the thing is, you know, they got the Kia Boys out there. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
No, I'm
the
not.
Kia Boys. Okay, the Kia Boys is a phenomenon of niggas stealing cars.
Okay.
And just not even for money.
Yeah.
Niggas is stealing cars and just driving wild.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They have high-speed chases daily in Milwaukee.
It's the marijuana.
High-speed chases, but them niggas be on all the drugs. They be on the perks, the Zans, the sip lean all day. This is you know, weed is the little shit.
Yeah.
But they own the perks and the lean.
Yeah, real mind altering shit.
Niggas is high speed chases every day. When you go to Milwaukee, when you there, as a nigga like us, we driving normal. It's like a cutoff age at 30.
Yeah.
Like everybody under 30 is driving like at
no respect
almost
for
100 miles an hour on a residential. Like how we chilling right here today.
Right.
In Milwaukee, you could be chilling like this, and you would see a motherfucker come down here at 100.
On the curve and shit, if necessary.
You will see a high-speed chase in Milwaukee. You will. How often do you really see that? Like out here, like you just chilling.
You happen to be watching television. And
no, not watching television. I'm talking about nigga you outside chilling.
Yeah.
And you just like, oh shit, and the nigga is on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And then driving wild, running into shit, get away type shit.
Yeah.
You see motherfuckers make the police flip they shit chasing the motherfuckers. You will see that shit. Listen, in Milwaukee, you will see regular. That's regular.
Yeah.
That's you got to get out the way as a nigga like us.
Yeah.
You got to get out the way and let them niggas get by.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And then that spill over, and it's not for money.
No.
It's just I just need a car.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have no money. I don't. I just need a car. And since I got a car, I'm driving like this. And then niggas will do like, then niggas will Taliban up,
Right.
and be in the car on live.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Straight crash out shit,
and then
huh?
give you the high speed chase from the inside of the car. We on a high speed chase right now, nigga. Get away from them, type shit. But anyway, that's spreading like to out here and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's Kill Boy shit out here from Milwaukee.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then the reason that you know this shit is having an effect, like coming from that way, is now they music is popping.
Right.
You know, now it's a song out there. I don't know if you might not even really realize it. It's a little bitch. She was a fairy with a fatty. You ever heard that?
I probably have.
Oh my daddy. It's like some.
Yeah.
It seemed like some silly shit, but it's a hit.
Yeah, I probably have, because like I said,
If you pay attention, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I probably have.
Yeah, see, that's baby Chicago.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What up, Chi-Town?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then another thing, did you hear about what just happened in Chicago right before you leave?
Yeah.
You heard about that just happened in Chicago
I think I did.
2 nights ago.
Yeah, I think I did hear something.
It's a bitch named Mellow Bucks.
Right.
A rapper bitch named Mellow Bucks.
Yeah.
Right? She just dropped a new project. She was having a listening party, right?
Okay.
If you listen to her music, straight gangster shit. Like straight nigga talking hella shit. Right?
Yeah.
You know, she talking about the YNs, my little brother won, it's up.
Yeah.
It's up. She talking hella shit. You could listen to some of her music, she talking hella shit.
Wow.
Album listening party.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm about to pull her up and check out her music. Yeah.
Niggas came through, smoked her nigga, her brother, 2 other motherfuckers shot. They came and laid down like
This
14
14
motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you listen to her record, when you
yesterday.
listen to her album, you're gonna be like, oh yeah. You gonna be like, oh yeah.
Man.
She talks so much shit.
Yeah.
And I had to go pull up her music.
Yeah.
And the cold part of the game is her album probably sell hella right now.
Right.
Because of that. I went and pulled up her album and listened to some lyrics. Nigga. For a bitch?
Right.
Man, listen, man.
Yeah, I saw
Sexy
that.
Red and them be on some booty hop, fuck the nigga type shit. This bitch is talking.
Straight kill gangster shit up.
And they came and did her like that.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, yeah, really,
She got
bitch?
shot too?
No, she didn't get shot,
But
but
they
they
shot
smoked
up
her brother and her nigga.
Yeah. Wow.
Like, man, what the fuck?
Of being a YN, you know what I'm saying? Living that lifestyle, because not only that comes with it, they gonna start giving motherfuckers a whole lot of time for just being affiliated.
Oh, you know Donald now, you know the United States, and now I ain't even the government's supposed to be like on some, we gonna have a draft.
Right.
And I'm like, shit, they might as well, nigga, all this energy, nigga, y'all niggas might as well bring that shit over here. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Bring that shit. Yeah, nigga. You want to do some killing?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we got you.
You know, opposed to
Kill for us.
going to the pen and try to become a man. Go get paid for being. You know, so yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what we doing right now. Rites of passage in the county jail type shit.
Yeah.
All right, T-Tone, I appreciate you.
Yeah,
I
man.
know you gotta go.
Yes,
I
yes,
appreciate
sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you coming
Yeah.
through.
Hey
And-
man, I want you to get a chance too, and as well to check out my stepdaughter, 1K Nay.
1K. I've been hearing about it. What
Man,
she do?
She's doing a little viral on TikTok and a lot of platforms, man.
Okay, okay,
Yeah. She got her own style, bro.
okay,
You know, and yeah, she's breaking some waves, man.
okay.
Yeah, 1K Nay.
She turning that TikTok viral shit in the money.
In the money, yes. Yes.
That's a hell of a trick they gotta do right there.
Yeah.
You wanna?
Yeah. You know what? But I'll wait till I get off here. Yeah, good looking.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, bro. But it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. You know what? We're just gonna continue to keep Mossberg living. You know, through thoughts, music.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's about, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's a trip, man. I remember. What was your last words with him?
Oh, my last words. Oh, wow. Well, shit, the last time I saw him was right before he was murdered, so, you know, that was that particular moment. It was real fucked up because, man, excuse me. Whoa, so, yep. Before he left the house, you know, I just told him to be careful, man, you know.
Yeah.
And I didn't want him to leave the house, you know.
Right.
So, but he came back to the door and to like reassure me that he was gonna be okay, but he didn't even have to do that.
Right.
But yeah. So, not really because, hey man, you know what? I just know he's in a better place, and you know, well, we call it a better place. I just know he's in God's hands.
Yeah.
You know, that's it, and you know, and through time your wounds heal, but the scars never go away. You know.
Death is a funny thing, man.
Yes.
All those deaths really affected me in a bizarre way, man.
Right. Yeah.
You know, even like Jake. You know,
Yes.
Jake was literally like the first person that was like close,
Yeah.
homie. You know.
Right.
And then, you know, Mausberg, you know,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know.
It really has through my life, you know. It really has affected me with so many friends, you know. What I'm saying? So many where you just. It just, or you just know that it's a crazy life we live in, and you know, but may God protect us all, watches over us,
Yeah.
you know, in Jesus Christ's name,
Yeah.
you know, so yeah, Jay, BossMack,
100.
100, baby.
100.
Hey, thank you, bro.
Hey, it's all good. Been wanting you to come. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. We got another show tomorrow. Y'all stay tuned, man. I appreciate y'all. I know I didn't really get no game up there. I might come back tonight and do something to put some game in the air for y'all. You know. But all right, T-Tone.
All right, my brother.
God bless you, bro.
Blessings to you too.
Yeah. Let me end it off. Yeah, man.